Hey guys, welcome back. I have a bit of a video for you tonight. Uh, it's getting a little late, but I wanted to do it before because it kind of popped in my head because uh, I wore one of them today and kind of made me think. And I already did a day with a review type deal on the one I wore today, so I wasn't going to do another one relatively recently, like 2 or 3 months ago. So that would be a little redundant, but this popped in my head. And I thought, yeah, I think it would be a good idea for a video. So anyway, I hope you're all having a good day. I don't know if I already said that. It was a so-so day for me. Actually, I should say it was a good day for me. I only cried once. That's when my sister came and asked to see the shrine, as she calls it. I have to Sadie, and it just made me sad that we were talking about it and stuff. So I mean, that was a pretty good day. But everything went well. School, work's going well. I mean, it was a good day other than that. Good food. I had myself some, you boil potatoes. You let them cool off in the fridge and you cut them up, fry them. Fried potatoes, I guess, with some onion and a piece of bread. It's really good. Was a little sad eating that because the mutt face really liked it, but it was still good. I'm not going to not enjoy my food. I just wish I could share it with her again, but yeah, you can't. You don't come back. Unfortunately, I wish you did, but you don't. Anyway, not a sad video. I'm actually in a really, today was, like I said, I'm in a good mental spot today. I'll be back with another video to talk about a few things, about stuff like that, but this one's not sad. This is a great video, actually. I was actually fun doing it, researching it, and thinking about it. 5. I'm going to give you 5 old fragrances that I think are still very wearable, even modern. Maybe with a touch of classicness, maybe with a touch of old school, but still very wearable and modern today. That I think if you wore today, might actually make you stand out a little bit because of what the flavor of the day is, really. The unisex, metrosexual, whatever you want to call it, light scents or overly sweet, which I like. I'm just saying that's the scent, that's the style of today. Just kind of metro unisexual kind of vibes. And these ones, well, none of them are overtly masculine. They do have a masculine tinge to them, old school masculine type vibe, but modern, in my opinion. This is just my opinion. Again, these lists are always my opinion, so you might disagree. That's fine, and I'd like to hear you disagree and tell me why. And anyway, enough rambling. Let's get right into it. So 5 old scents that are still more than wearable today. I'm going to go in order of when they released, with a caveat, and I'll get to that when I get to the scent. So we're going to start it with the oldest one on the list. Believe it or not, I was actually surprised. But then I thought about it. Oh, that's, true. Cool Water, 1988. The reason I was surprised is I never heard a damn thing about this till about the mid-90s. 94, 95 is when I heard about this one. And that was because of Snoop Dogg. And that's when it seemed to blow up for around here anyway for me. So yeah, Cool Water. Geez. It's an aquatic fougere. Aquatic notes and lavender and mint and green notes right off the top through the whole scent. Does have a slight musky, woody dry down, but beautiful aquatic scent. The first aquatic that I remember. Were there more before that? Probably. I don't know. But it's the first aquatic, at least, that I remember. Oh, so nice. So wearable today. The knock on it, though, I find a lot of people say it's a cheap smelling drugstore kind of scent. Maybe the new stuff is, I don't know, but this original mid-90s type bottle and the one I got the Belcam dupe from the mid-90s. They don't smell cheap. They don't smell. They last. They perform well. Still a compliment getter. Another knock on it is it's DNA, whatever. It's been copied and duped so many times, and I get that. A lot of these are like that, though. Yeah, more than wearable today. More than wearable. And it might just get you noticed if you're a younger fella. If you're a younger fella, wear these. Because you might get you noticed nowadays. Like I said, a touch of masculinity that a lot of scents don't have today with that green notes and that musky, woody dry down. Really does have a touch of masculinity. None of these are really overly masculine, but they have a touch of masculinity. What's the next one? This actually surprised me. I thought this came out before that, but it didn't. Calvin Klein Eternity. I only have this little dabber bottle because I don't know where my other bottle went. But anyway, it doesn't matter what the bottle is. It's what the juice is. Oh, yeah, it's 90s in a bottle for me. Oh, my God. Junior high. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. I love the mid on this. That's where it really shines. The opening. Anyway, let's talk about it. 1990 Aromatic Fougere. You get lavender, a somewhat sharp and a little sour citruses off the top. Mostly lemon. I pick up on this. It's a dry juniper in the dry down in the mid. And some florals and woody musk and some sweetness. Yeah, the top I'm not a big fan of. The first 10 or 15 minutes of the scent, it's a little too sour and juniper-y for me. It's like a dry sour with that lavender. Kind of just doesn't mix well. But after 10 or 15 minutes, and really the mid starts to play and the florals come out, the sweeter citruses and just aromatic again, and masculinity with that, again, that musky, woody base and the dry gin-like juniper. Like I said, it is, again, the big knock on this is it's old-fashioned and dated. I don't see that at all. I don't see that at all. Especially that mid. It's just super good. Super good. The next one is, and this is the caveat with the date. Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme. There's 2 dates because there was a big reformulation. Oh, geez, another one. Tobacco and pepper and lavender. This Aromatic Fougere. The first one, 1994, so that's why it's here. But there's also the 2012 version. But I don't find, from what I remember, there being that much of a difference between the two. Maybe the performance was better. I can't remember. It's been 20 years. But right now, just that, I get tobacco. You get citrus, of course. And again, it's a slightly sweet citrus. But the tobacco, lavender, and pepper is really what I get from it. With a slightly powdery cedar dry down. Again, the knock on it's kind of, the reformulation's no good. I disagree. I said it's still very similar to what I remember. Performance not that good. 5-6 hours out of it. That's not bad, guys. You know, projects okay. It's just a classy, masculine scent without being alpha male-ish. You know what I mean? You're going to wear this and you can, and it's, I find very easy to wear. Very versatile. You can wear jeans and a t-shirt on a summer's day or in the office with a full fucking suit. Whatever you just, it works both. It's just beautiful. And with that overt masculinity that is there. The next one, all. This is so, out of all of these, believe it or not, this is my favorite out of all of these. This is so good. 1995, an Amber Fougere, lavender, sweet vanilla, but not overly sweet, not like the sweet stuff of today. Just a nice, mellow sweetness to it. Powdery as a son of a bum. You know what I mean? It is a powdery vanilla lavender mint balm, is what this is. With again a slightly sweet, ambery, woody dry down. Oh my God, I love this stuff so much. It is another one that is wearable any situation. Women still love it to this day. Every time I wear it, I get girls telling me, get them at work mostly, so they're trained, telling me how much they like it. It is that kind of scent. And I think if a young fellow wore it today, yeah, you're gonna get noticed in a good way. The knock on it, of course, is but also mentioned there's cinnamon in it. I get a bit of cinnamon vibe from it. And right off the top of the blast, I also get a bit of a tobacco vibe. Could be the spice. No tobacco in it. It's not an overly abundant tobacco. Just for the first 5 or 10 minutes, so I'm getting, for some reason, it could be like the caraway cardamom mixed in together, but it's giving a slight tobacco vibe. But it doesn't last. So, I hear people say it's too sweet. I don't know what they're talking about, because you compare this to pretty much any sweet scent nowadays. This is not even remotely near as sweet as Angel Share, Baccarat Rouge, any freaking Paco Rabanne, Stronger With You. Yeah, any of them. It's not near as sweet. I'd even say something like Y and Nautica and stuff like that. They're even sweeter than this with that sweet apple vibe. So this is not I don't know what they're smelling. Maybe the new stuff is like, although this is relatively new. This is only like 5 years old. So maybe the old stuff, and I'm not remembering it right, was super sweet. But this is just a fresh, powdery, like I said, a perfect amount of sweetness. Don't get that sweet, overly sweet. People are saying about it. Boring. I don't get boring. I mean, why? Because it doesn't use any weird notes or challenging notes. No, it smells lovely, just lovely. Yeah, it's again and boring, overplayed, and copied to death. The reason it's copied to death is because it's so freaking good. And the original does it best. But if any of the dupes, the inspired buys, whatever, the original does it best, as far as I'm concerned. Now, have I smelled every dupe and every inspired buy? No, but the ones I've smelled, and I've smelled a lot, which are nice, not as good as this. The last one, which inspired this video today, I had to go to Walmart. I just needed a cheap pair of walking sneakers. And they got the Dr. Scholl's ones there, and they're good for my feet. Because summer's coming, and I might get another dog. I don't know, but I still want to walk. Terry Mugler, amen. 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 Ah, jeez. That was released. I don't know if I said Lamar was released in 95. This was released in 96. Classified as Amber Woody. Sweet, weird, a little different off the top. And only weird, but in a good way. Some people say a tar type vibe. I understand where they're coming from, but it doesn't smell like tar. It's just pretty much the closest representation they can come up with in their head, and me too. I mean, I'm not just saying I would agree with them. It's got a weird vibe off the top, but a nice one. There's coffee in it, there's caramel, there's vanilla, there's honey, there's spices. So you know what type of scent it is. As far as I know, again, like with Cool Water, this was maybe not the first gourmand scent, but it's the first gourmand scent that I knew that blew up. set the stage, set the standard, so to speak. It's sweet, it's spicy, it's got a nice, sweet, musky, woody, dry down. Um, and again, some people don't like it because of that opening. Some people like it because of that opening. I get that, but it's still a nice scent. Another thing I hear people say, it's too masculine. It's too overtly masculine. It is not. Again, that's this problem with when you're comparing today's scents with scents of yesteryear. They seem to be a little more masculine oriented, but not over. I mean, this isn't polo green. This isn't Azaro. This isn't gray flannel or Old Spice or anything like that. Those are masculine scents, hair on your chest scents. This is just a nice manly scent. Another knock on the reformulation, I agree, is it's not very powerful. Not as powerful as it used to be. I agree. 4 or 5 hours projection. Yeah. Obviously synthetic. But, yeah. So these are 5 old scents that I think are still wearable today. Especially for you young man, teenager, young man in college, just getting out of college, and you want to smell different than all the other gourmands and sweet and bubblegummy scents out there. These will do it and still not make you smell like a 90-year-old grandpa with 1 foot in the grave. So, yeah, that's it, guys. Peace, love, be good to each other.